Hello, Lise.
Hi.
I'm with Lisa Dunne from our Ray White Industrial Office at M1 North. And Lisa's the team leader and has been with the company many years. Lisa, tell me about your career and how it started.
Okay, so I first started as a sales associate or a PA
Wow.
back nearly 10 years ago
Yeah.
with Ray White, and then progressed from a sales associate through to a sales agent, and after a couple of years to now team leader.
Okay, so what do you mainly specialise in? Leasing and sales or,
Leasing and sales in industrial.
yeah. And how's the market at the moment?
Market's pretty good at the moment. Vacancy rates are very minimal. We're now leasing before tenants are actually vacating. But again, some of your larger stock is still holding.
So you mainly concentrate on an industrial market from Brisbane Road, Oxenford, right through to Underwood,
Yep.
and out there Browns Plains and Wacol, is that right?
Yep, that's right. Our office goes all the way out to Wacol, all to western suburbs, as well as all down further south.
Yeah, and you've got a strong property management business here too, I understand?
Yeah, we have good success in our property management. We're lucky to be part of a great team that's got the good support, and most of our tenants are really happy.
Oh, that's good. I understand your vacancy rate's really low at the moment.
Yeah, we're the majority of our tenants have been really good and working with us, allowing us to have access to be able to lease out the properties before they're even vacating.
Yeah, so where are the tenants coming from?
The majority of the tenants are either coming from down south, opening up new offices in Queensland,
Yeah.
and the ideal location is Yatala because we're halfway between Brisbane and the Gold Coast,
Yeah.
or they're already local and they're upsizing.
Have you seen this marketplace, particularly in the corridor here, expand over the last, say, three or 4 years?
We have had a little bit of stagnance, but now we're seeing growth with new developments happening, new stratas being developed, a lot more builds happening.
Yeah. So when you're auctioning a strata title industrial shed, for instance, and I know a lot of them are modern, is it mainly for investment or owner-occupier?
We're getting a mixture at the moment. There are a lot of investors out there, but owner-occupiers are still our number one for our strata sales.
And what sort of yields are your investors looking at?
Recently we've been selling them around the 6, but
Yeah.
depending on the property again and the type of tenant that we're holding,
Yeah.
it could be up to the 8.
They tell me that the demand from down south, particularly Sydney, because the yields are falling so much, buyers are looking at other areas for opportunities. So tell me, is that correct?
That's correct. I even had a call this week from a client referring through. He lives in Adelaide and just cannot get anything through in the Adelaide market, so now he's looking up here in Queensland.
Wow. Okay. So, when we talk about vacancy rates on industrial sheds, particularly the smaller ones, what are you down to? Sub 2%?
Yeah, we definitely have got no sheds under 200 square metres that's vacant.
So you've got more demand than supply
Yeah.
at the moment.
Yeah, so we've got a new property management one that we listed last week. We've had 5 inspections and we're getting an offer, and the tenant doesn't move out until May.
Wow.
So that's what we're
Yeah.
dealing with at the moment, and I've got no other stock to be able to pass on to the new tenants.
So are you encouraging developers to move into this area and start getting supply up again?
Definitely, we need that competition. Even though the stock at the moment is driving prices up, we just don't have enough of it.
What about vacant land in this area for development? Is there plenty of it?
There's enough of it, but not quite ready for it yet.
Yeah.
It's still your large parcels that need to be developed and then on-sold.
Yeah.
So we're still not quite ready for that yet.
And what about rate per square metre for the land?
We're up around that sort of 300 a square metre,
That's great.
which is great for the area. But we still need to get it up a bit higher for those developers.
And you were telling me that you've got a 30,000 square metres at Wacol vacant land.
Yeah.
Beautiful position. It's been there for some time, but now all the buyers are coming out. Does that a sign the market, industrial market's
It's
really...
definitely changed since 2017 finished. 2018's been started great. And now we've got 2 hot buyers on that land that's been sitting vacant.
Yeah, wow. So tell me about Slacks Creek, Logan Lee, all those areas more on a retail basis. Is there strong demand for Yet your warehouse, come showroom, come industrial.
There is demand for it. It's not quite getting the uptake that we would like. There's still a lot of office space available.
Yeah.
Because they've been going to the outlying areas where before you used to only be able to get Slacks Creek.
What about Browns Plains?
Browns Plains is hot at the moment. We've just leased a few industrial out there. The showrooms are still moving, and we're getting some really good prices with no incentives as well.
And tell me about your auctions at the moment. Are they really proving to be strong because of supply and demand?
Yeah, we're getting some really good inquiry, especially on the investment stock. We still got to work on our yields, but the inquiry is definitely there.
And where do you get the bulk of your buyer and leasing inquiry from?
At the moment, our database is huge for our inquiries because we have that relationship with our clients that they'll come back and they trust us. But again, your signage is number one, and also being on the internet.
Yeah. So you're the dominant agent out here based on signage?
Based on signage, yeah. We've got a little bit of work to do in some of our bigger properties, but definitely number one agent in the smaller stratas.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So tell me about the office here. You've relocated from Burnside Road into this beautiful round building that's owned by the Zup Group. How are you finding the relocation and exposure to the highway and all
we
of that?
love it. We love it. The space to be able to see outside, see what actually is happening in the world. But yeah, it's been 12 months this week since we moved into this great new office. So it's
And this is 270 Lars Road. So tell me about when you moved here, there was an enormous amount of vacancies and you've leased all of it?
Yes,
yourself?
all of it but one tenancy we've leased. We're just signing the last lease off at the moment. 7 tenancies we've leased with multiple uses from being office to industrial.
Wow. And was it difficult, in this location at 270 Lars Road?
It wasn't difficult. It was getting the price right for the area because it is A-grade property. And we don't have A-grade office space here in the outlet area. So it was getting everyone's head around what we were actually offering.
So tell me about office rate per square metres for leasing. Have you seen a lift in that over the last sort of 12, 18 months?
There has been a lift. There's also been, since this complex has been finished, demand for office space. Where we used to struggle with office in the outlet area, we've now got that inquiry coming through in our industrial offices as well, not just our premium grades.
Is that because of its proximity to Brisbane?
It's close to the M1. That's the key point at the moment. People don't want to travel.
Yeah.
They want to be close. Most people are living in the northern area as well, so they don't want to be going into Brisbane and fighting that traffic.
Oh, that's it. What about the Logan motorway? Is that also a really big draw card because you're heading west?
Yeah, it's key because we're so close to the gateway, the motorway, the Logan motorway. At the moment, we've got a lot of construction happening there, so that's been a little bit of a deterrent. But as soon as that all gets through, we'll be right to go. So
you mentioned Browns Plains has been a hotspot. What other hotspots are there in your marketplace? I know that Upper Coomera is one.
Upper Coomera is going really well. We don't have much stock down there, and we have got clients wanting that Coomera area because, again, they live close by and they want to relocate to there. Meadowbrook is going really well at the moment as well in your industrial sheds. Clem's got a few good units that he's selling at the moment, so that's another hot pocket.
So what was the end of 2017 like? Starting at 17, coming through, did you notice a real start of improvement?
There was an improvement around that September, October sort of mark for us, where leasing just went through the roof to now we don't have any stock available. So hopefully we'll continue on.
Yeah, and how's 2018 been as a start?
As a start, it's been one of our best years that we've had. January was a good start to the year, so we just sort of continue it on now and finish off the financial year.
So how are you seeing the rest of the year pan out? Taking into account we've got Commonwealth Games, I know that the Gold Coast is booked out for accommodation to Easter. They don't play a major part in the industrial market, and I'm aware of that. But it is promising for southeast Queensland, particularly the coast.
It'll showcase all of our properties, whether they're residential or commercial,
Yeah.
and it'll put the attention on the Gold Coast, which is what we need.
I understand that you also run, Ray White run a very active sales residential business in this area. Tell me about what the demand is for residential in Ormeau, Pimpama, and right through to Eagleby, etc.
The market for residential is hot at the moment. Pimpama and Coomera, you can't get listings. It's just, they're just selling before we even putting them on the market at the moment. We've got so many leftover buyers that we're just putting them from one property to another.
Really?
Yeah.
And tell me, what about price growth? Do you see an uplift in prices this year?
Well, we can always hope for an increase in price, but we've got a lot of development stock, new stock that's been in this area. So depending on new developments, will depend on that growth.
Yeah. And where would the new developing areas for residential around here be?
Well, you've got your Pimpama, which is just going off like anything at the moment. You've also got your Windaroo, where you've also got a lot of acreage, and then going up further into your Logan areas.
Oh, that's great. And tell me what it's like working for the Ray White Service Paradise Group.
Oh, it's a party every single day. No, I couldn't ask for a better company to work for.
Yeah.
The support that you get is unbelievable.
It's
The
great.
training
Yep.
is...
And of course your leader.
Oh, of course. Can't get better.
Tell me about the brand Ray White and what sort of power that has to influence your ability to be a number one agent in the area. Is the support from corporate what you're looking for?
Yes, corporate plays a major role in commercial, where they put on extra trainings for us. We have extra conferences. Anytime we need to reach out, they're there to support us. So not many other companies, well, I can't think of one other company that has that support behind them. And the name Ray White, family name, family company, tells you everything about the brand.
So true. Tell me about the new brand and the branding that they've changed over. The logos, the signage, everything. Has that been welcomed into the marketplace?
No one's really noticed too much of a difference. It's a nice refresh to get it back out there again, but there hasn't been too many comments about it.
Yeah, so when you talk about the support from Ray White, tell me about the technology and their sort of drive. I understand they're spending $35 million just this calendar year on upgrades and so on. Does that play an important part in your marketing?
It does play a huge role because now we've got control of marketing, where before we were relying on other people. So the processes and the technology that they're putting in place, we're able to now control what we're putting in the marketplace.
Oh, that's great. And tell me about opportunities for anybody looking to join the industry commercially, industrially in this area. What's your thoughts of somebody who's out there thinking, I'm a residential salesperson, I'd really like to get into industrial sales or leasing? You know, taking into account all the things we've talked about being a tight market at the moment, is there the ability in this office in particular for recruiting good operators?
Definitely. We're always looking for great operators, whether it's going to be a sales associate all the way through to an actual agent. And there's plenty of space available.
Because you have a massive marketplace here. If you really analyse it, if you got a satellite up and had a look at it,
we
from
cover
Brisbane
the biggest
Road
area.
right through to Underwood, Springwood, all of that, and encompassing a big portion of industrial, but also retail and office.
Retail office is huge as well.
So you know, for somebody young saying, I want to get into the industrial, retail or commercial side of the industry, this would be an ideal place to come and think about. Would that be right?
You've got diversity as well, so it's not just your industrial, you have got those other options to be able to play with, which always keeps it interesting.
So if I lived south of Brisbane or north of the Gold Coast, easy to get to work?
So easy with the M1 now that we've relocated.
Yeah.
It does make that drive a little bit easier, and you can get to all of your properties really really quickly.
Okay, so if I was to ask you the final question, which would be, what do you think about the future in terms of the corridor? Are we going to see, similar to Sydney, you know, that growth, it goes up to the Central Coast, down to Wollongong, out to sort of the Blue Mountains? Are we going to be connecting to Brisbane and you'll see more businesses heading this way this year?
Yeah, we're definitely going to be seeing growth. We've now got cane fields being bought out, and that's where the market's heading at the moment.
So is that true that they're estimating 100,000 people in the next sort of 30 years in those cane field areas?
Yeah, it's ridiculous the amount of growth that we're going to have here.
Yeah.
And they're going to be doing a little bit of resi as well as your commercial.
So is the demand for big factories from international tenants and international purchasers strong?
We're getting a lot of international tenant inquiries at the moment.
For big sheds?
For big sheds.
And what about the smaller ones? Which one's the most popular?
It really comes down to your business as to what you're going to be using. The smaller sheds always turn over, so they're a great investment. You always have a tenant in place ready to go.
Well, thanks very much for an insight. I hope everybody has got value. If you need more information, please contact Lisa at our M1 North office. But more importantly, thank you on behalf of Andrew and myself for being such a great team player, being such a great loyal, loving and hardworking. Lisa is by far the best leasing and sales agent in this area. So if you're thinking of leasing or selling, contact her. Thanks.